Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is about phrases narcissistic people use to gaslight you through their projection and their blame shifting. Thank you very much to all the returning subscribers and your continued support with the channel. If you are new to the channel, I'm Elizabeth Shaw. This channel is all about the narcissist personality disorder to give you more understanding of the people you might be dealing with in your life, how to handle yourself around those people if you cannot go no contact, and different methods to find what works for you to help you overcome narcissistic abuse. If you do find the information helpful on the channel, please do subscribe. A narcissist will remove any feelings of their shame for their behaviour by blame shifting any of their problems, any of their actions onto you or those around you, to make out that it's your fault or someone else's fault, to escape taking any form of responsibility for their behaviour. So there's no consequences for their actions. They gaslight you and leave you questioning what actually happened and believing that it's your fault, to project any of their flaws within themselves or their actions over to somebody else so they're not shamed for their behaviour. They cause that cognitive dissonance within our own minds as we are living in one reality with our beliefs around that reality, and then we're being continually told a different reality by someone who claims to care for us, which, as most narcissists do not self-reflect to look at themselves and genuinely believe that all others are at fault. They don't see themselves as the problem. They don't see themselves as being wrong, and if they are wrong, they make out that somebody else was wrong, that somebody else made them do it. They make these statements as their facts, and they tell them with such honesty and such truth behind it, we are the ones left questioning ourselves. Narcissists blame shift to remain in control as they believe that they are superior. They believe that they are right. They believe that whatever they have done wrong is always someone else's fault. Someone else made them do it. They exploit others to meet their own agenda, to stay on top, and to further manipulate people into questioning their own sanity and not the narcissist's actions. They will never truly accept responsibility. They will only offer those false apologies if they believe they have something to gain by doing so, like escaping consequences for their actions, which is why narcissists only apologise temporarily. As soon as they've got their own way, they're back to being themselves again, as they believe that you actually made them apologise for something they didn't do. Often their behaviour gets worse. As soon as they've won you around with their intermittent reinforcement of play nice, they will soon be back to plain old nasty, and most often worse than before. The more we forgive them, the more they believe they can get away with it. Forgiveness is for yourself, not for the other person. Whatever they have done, they will always point the finger at someone else. They will always pass the blame, as we can see and look for the good side within them, as we have lived at that nice side to them, which is also manipulation. They are selling us an illusion, an identity, a belief of who they can be. So when they show us who they are, we are the ones left questioning what we did to make them that way, what we did to change them. When we did nothing to change them, they just changed on us to show us who they can also be. All their blame shifting, all the narcissist blame shifting leads our minds into questioning and doubting ourselves, because we look at our own behaviour, we learn from our own mistakes, even if it takes us a couple of attempts sometimes. We do get there. When we're being gaslighted, we don't always recognise what's happening to us. Narcissists will also blame shift to receive our confused responses, to receive our negative reactions. Sometimes if they can provoke us just enough to get a reaction from us, as we want to defend our truth, as it hits our emotions such as anger and frustration, the more we defend ourselves, the more they will twist and turn the conversation to gain those reactions from us, so they can then avoid the truth of what caused any disagreement in the first place and focus it all on our behaviour afterwards. Some even go to the extent of filming us rightly looking crazy with everything they're doing to us and showing it to others, showing it to police, friends, family, social media. Yet they will never film what led up to the emotional outburst that would show the truth of the full story. They want to manipulate others into believing their own version of events only. When it comes to a victim of narcissistic abuse, you'll often find they say, oh, well, I did this and they did that and I did this, and they try to tell both sides of a story. Narcissists only tell the side that suits themselves, and if they can't get a reaction out of you, they're going to play the victim of, oh, I knew it would be my fault, or I might as well just leave now, to get people trying to make it up to them for the things the narcissist actually did to those people. Common narcissistic gaslighting phrases. You're too sensitive. This is so you slowly think that it's your emotions that are at fault, and over time you stop questioning them on things as you doubt yourself. You stop opening up to them as you doubt yourself. The same happens when they answer with "you're overreacting." We slowly start to believe that we're overreacting to situations where we would be reacting like that to them. It's our reality. If something makes us feel sensitive, if something makes us react in a certain way, that's how we feel about that event. Narcissists want to get us to question ourselves and not question the very person who's making us overreact, who's making us feel too sensitive. We're not too sensitive. The problem is sometimes we are around people who are insensitive to our feelings. Narcissists slowly take over our thoughts and our own thinking and then twist it and turn it to use it against us. So we're the one left full of self-doubt and full of self-blame. Deal with it. To a narcissist, they are in control. They do not have a problem. If you do, that's your problem. If they have a problem, that's your problem. So to a narcissist, you need to go and deal with it, as they'll not do so. Also in future, you try to just get on with it and not go to them for any help or support, as when you do, you're the one that ends up feeling daft. You're the one that ends up feeling shamed. They humiliate you. They judge you. They criticise you. They put you down. They provoke feelings of anger and resentment. So you stop going to them. Also, as you care about them and have been led to believe it's all your fault, you often end up running around dealing with whatever drama they have caused to try and bring back the peace. Narcissistic people thrive off chaos and drama, yet they expect everybody else to clear up after them. What do you expect me to do about it? Using this, they blame no one, yet they are stating that it's nothing to do with them and they're not willing to do anything about it. They're not interested, leaving you frustrated or hurt. They expect you to clean up after them with everything they do. They will tell you how amazing they are and all the things they can do, yet after the idolization stage, the love bombing stage, they'll no longer be interested in doing anything for you. They'll happily sit around while you run around after them, the children, the house, paying the bills, taking care of any pets. They may chip in now and again, that intermittent reinforcement, so that they can use the line, I did this last month for you. Why are you so ungrateful? To guilt trip you, to get you to question and doubt yourself. When they only do for you to use against you, they weren't doing for you in the first place. They were doing it for themselves. They want to play the role of the good partner, the good parents. They want the supply of attention from people. And when they're gaining admiration from others, it suits them. When they're not gaining admiration from others, they're going to go for the sympathy or the reactions from others. It was your fault. Most often, they'll not even explain as to why it was your fault. Narcissists will be late. They will break promises on you. They will cheat on you. And it'll just be a case to a narcissist of, you made me do it. They might say some things like, if you would have done this, then I wouldn't have done that. Whatever they've been caught out in doing, it'll be a case of, that wasn't me, or you're imagining things, or you made me do it, as they will never be held responsible for their own actions, their own negative actions. They want the praise and the attention for anything they do well or do right. Anything they do wrong, they do not want to know about, and it's always someone else's fault. They want to lose any feelings of shame from being caught out. They'll pass the blame over to you, or they'll pass the blame over to somebody else. If they smash a plate, it'll be your fault because of something you said, something you did. You didn't cook right. You didn't buy the right food. You didn't serve them first. When it comes to someone who breaks promises on you, they broke that promise. Your answer, the truth is in the fact that they broke that promise. When they're always late and blame somebody else, the truth, the fact is, they're always late. If they can't admit to being late, then there's plenty of other things they will never admit to. And a narcissist doesn't only just cheat on you. Not all narcissists cheat on you. However, all narcissists cheat you out of happiness, joy, your dreams, your friends, your family, and your reality. If narcissists give you any form of explanation as to why it's your fault, it's to leave you feeling bewildered, confused, and annoyed. You're crazy. Again, so you question your own mind and your own sanity, along with, that didn't happen, and I never told you that. I never said that. With you're insane, or you need a mental evaluation. In the hope you do actually believe it's all you, they can get you medicated up and take further control over you. And when it comes to a narcissist, some will go as far so that they can look good by getting us help and support, by getting us to the doctors, by getting us onto those antidepressants. So we think they are helping us, not realising they're the very person causing our problems, and they are trying to sink us further. They will come at us with, you're losing your mind, so they can get us to the psychiatrist. Then they play the victim and get the support and attention and the sympathy from those around them when they discard us. Then they don't have to feel the shame, as they have smeared our name to those around us. Everyone is left believing that we've gone crazy and feeling sorry and helping the narcissist, as they believe the narcissist did all they could to try and help us, not realising it was the narcissist that drove us that way. Why do you have to spoil everything? They are paranoid and believe that people are out to get them, most often because they are actually out to get other people. If they ruined an event or an occasion because it wasn't all about them, they will find a way to provoke us until we react, and then they will blame us for causing the problems in the first place, often leaving us believing that we were at fault. If they damage property or put their fist through doors or walls, they'll find a way to make out that we made them do it. Or they'll come up with the lesser of two evils of, at least I didn't do this, and they'll claim something far worse that they didn't do to escape consequences of the things they did do. They will downplay their behaviour while exaggerate our perfectly normal reactions, whether that's our feelings, whether that's us being sensitive, whether that's our actions to their behaviour. They will exaggerate these and claim that our reactions are the problem to evade consequences for their actions. Why do you have to make everything so difficult? This is When you started to realise who and what they are, started creating boundaries and saying no, you'll get things like, why are you being difficult and why do you have to be so awkward? In reality, you're sticking to who you are, your truths and how you want to live. Yet they want to break you down, make you give in. They want that power and control back over you. They want you to go back into that trance, doing everything their way. You're not making things difficult. You're living your life. You're making it difficult for the narcissist to control you. No, I didn't. Most often, yes, they did. But if there's consequences, they're not going to admit to anything they did. If you hadn't, narcissists are always looking to find fault within others so that they don't have to fix their own. The original question never gets answered. You never get closure. Disagreements continually get worse. And you're always left wondering about your actions and not the narcissist. If you looked after me more, I wouldn't go elsewhere. Even though they've cheated on you, if you ask again about the affair, they'll just respond with things like, I've already explained why. Also getting you to question yourself and trying harder to please the very person who is hurting you. It's only a message, at least I'm not cheating, the lesser of two evils. They probably are cheating, but they do not want to admit to it, and they're not going to admit to it. They're looking for new sources of supply if they're sending messages to other people. In the meantime, they don't want to lose you as a source of supply. You're overreacting. Actually, no, most of the time we're not overreacting. That's how we react to other people's BS. And no, we haven't overreacted. They again just want to shift the attention off themselves and over to us. I love you. They don't understand love in the way genuine people understand love. With a narcissist, it's conditional love. They love you when you serve them. There's no unconditional love. They deep down don't know how to love themselves. Most narcissists are shame-based people. They don't feel enough while they go around pulling other people down to feel better about themselves. If a narcissist loved you in the ways they claim they loved you, they wouldn't hurt you in the ways they denied they hurt you. That didn't happen. Most often, yes, it did. They just enjoy rewriting history to escape accountability and watching us go crazy in the process. That wasn't my fault. It totally was their fault. But remember, a narcissist will not be held responsible. They will not be accountable for their own actions, as they don't want the consequences for their actions. They don't think, perhaps I shouldn't have done that. They think, how can I get away with that? I'm going here with X, Y, and Z tonight. I told you last week. No, they didn't tell you. Again, they just want to confuse you. Sometimes they might be going where they say. There will be those times they might want you to pick them up just to confuse you so that you genuinely believe they are where they said. And people can start saying to a narcissist, oh, I told you, when you know you didn't tell them, because you don't tell them because you're avoiding the argument, not because you're doing anything wrong. Narcissists don't tell you because they're doing something wrong. You don't tell a narcissist because they're trying to stop you doing things that everyday people do that doesn't cause anyone harm. They're trying to stop you seeing your friends, seeing your family. And that's a big red flag that it's time to move away from someone. If you hadn't, then I wouldn't. A narcissist probably got you so down, so you reacted and then they blamed you. Again, all to mess with your mind. If you loved me, you would. The narcissist guilt trip to break down your boundaries and get their needs met. They're only a friend. You read too much into everything. Actually, no, you don't. Your instinct is trying to tell you something. If they have narcissistic traits, if they have levels of narcissism, or if they abuse you, run and never look back. Go no contact or limited contact in Grey Rock. That's just like you. When you found your boundaries and you're sticking to them, a narcissist wants you to believe that you're being awkward because they're no longer getting their own way. You need a mental evaluation. No, most often you just need to get away from the narcissist, heal and recover. You're selfish. Again, no, you're not selfish. This is often the narcissist projection. They just want everything their own way, and when it's not going their own way, they want to punish you. They want to get you to question and doubt yourself. You're too hung up on your past. Well, yes, things happen to people in their past. A genuine person who cared for you would work through your past with you. They would not use your past against you. I'd never hurt you. No, they'll just steal your mind, your heart, your health, possibly your home and your children, and then walk off into the sunset with someone new. But to a narcissist, that'll be your fault. You'll have caused yourself that pain. And then they'll come at you when they want to hoover you and say they'll never hurt you again. Your mindset is key. They are not in charge of you, your life, or who you want to be. So if they're trying to confuse you and you know exactly what happened, look inward to yourself and listen to your own instincts. Listen to your own reality. Give yourself the answer. Do not go to those for answers who continually lie to you, who continually let you down. Do not respond or react to them. It's a learning curve. However, the learning curve is worth it when they no longer have any impact on your emotional health, on your well-being, on your reality. A narcissist will not suddenly say, oh yes, sorry, you're correct. They'll just keep going for an argument or change the conversation onto something you've done to escape taking responsibility for what they've done. You have to learn to look inwards at yourself and leave them in their own false reality. Sometimes you just have to let people be wrong and move on with your life. You do not need to defend yourself or rationalize to a narcissist. This is only giving them more reactions and more ammunition to use against you, keeping their control over you and your mind. Just know what you know and leave them be. The only person you need to answer to is yourself. George Bernard Shaw, never wrestle with pigs. You both get dirty and the pig likes it. If you say to a narcissist, it was like this, and they don't want to admit to that, they're going to say, you're wrong. If you have to respond to a narcissist, things like, that's okay, I know you and I think differently. My opinion is for me and yours is for you. And then leave it be. Always remain calm and forever remain firm with your own beliefs and your own boundaries. If a narcissist wants you to believe that 2 + 2 is 10, they truly want to believe it and they want to gaslight you into believing it. It's who they are. It's not your job to change their mind. It's your job to recognize who they are, walk away and leave them be. Any form of communication with a narcissist is a gain to them. There is no middle ground. There is no compromise. It's their way or you will be punished way. To them, they must win at all costs and you must lose. Leave them with their own mindset as they only want to argue and drag you under with them. You need firm boundaries. You need to know your beliefs, your values and your reason why. A narcissist doesn't like the word no. Your no needs to mean no. As soon as you give a narcissist an inch, they will take a mile. Any given situation, when they believe they can get one over on you, they will pounce and do so. So you have to stick with non-emotional, to the point, business-like responses. You have to relearn your own values and belief system, build up your self-esteem, and no longer let the narcissist impact you. Narcissists will use triangulation to gaslight you, appealing to popular opinion. Even they think you're crazy. Everyone thinks you're unreasonable. Again, you must stick to your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your reason why. Whoever they're saying has spoken about you in that way probably hasn't. The narcissist is trying to trick you. If they have, they are under the narcissist's spell. They have been fed countless lies about who you are, and they are now just another one of the narcissist flying monkeys. Leave them be. To become free, you need to understand the narcissist and how they behave. Then you need to understand your emotions and listen to what they are telling you. Listen to what you can do. Don't go to a narcissist for answers. Always go to yourself. The answers are there if you listen to yourself closely enough. Thank you very much for listening. Go out there and create the day that you deserve, because you do deserve to have an amazing day. Bye.